Hi everyone, I'm Tanaaz from foreverconscious.com and this is your weekly energy forecast for the week of October 15th. So yesterday on October 14th, we had the Libra solar new moon eclipse. This was a very powerful eclipse. We're still going to be working with its energy all through the week, and actually really eclipses have about a month where we can feel their energy. So about a month before and about a month after. So we are definitely in the heightened energies of the eclipses. We have another eclipse on the way on October 28th. So right now we are moving through a time that is called the eclipse, in between eclipses, in between this eclipse portal, moving from one state to the next. So the veil is thin, emotions are high. If you're like me, maybe you've already been feeling all of those emotions. I had a very emotional week. There was just so many different things going on and things happening. I kind of felt like I moved through a rainbow of emotions. And this is something that I observed in people around me too. There was like this rainbow of emotions. Maybe it's like kind of that Libra energy where you're able to kind of see both sides or hold space for two different emotional spaces, being in two different places and seeing the other person's point of view, but also, acknowledging your own point of view, seeing one side and the other side, and kind of experiencing that duality in a way. I really felt that this week, and I witnessed it in people around me too. So eclipses are always an emotional time. They're highly transformative. They tend to push us along on our path. It's almost like the hand of the universe comes down and we get a little bit of a push. And sometimes it can feel like a shove. Sometimes it can feel like an awesome leap into something new. And yeah, other times it can feel like we're being shoved and prodded to go somewhere that we don't really want to go, but it perhaps is for our highest good to go there for whatever the reason is. So yes, eclipses are challenging their heightened times. Everything is heightened and the veil is thin. And as we move through this time now up until the next eclipse, which is October 28th, the veil is very thin. And when the veil is thin, we are just extra sensitive. We're also extra intuitive, and our psychic abilities are extra turned on. So pay attention to that this week, pay attention and kind of acknowledge all those times that your intuition speaks up, or you get that feeling, or somebody pops into your head and then you get a text message from them. Acknowledge all of those little things that happen, because that is your intuition, and your intuition can speak to you very, very strong and very loudly during this time. It's also important to protect your energy, protect your auric field, bring out those crystals, recharge that aura, do what you need to do to bring yourself back into a state of balance. Even just, having a bath or jumping in the shower. I find that very, very, a very good way to kind of restore and bring myself back to a state of balance. Water is very healing. So we are moving through this eclipse portal this week. That is sort of the main flow of energy, but I want to share for this week's forecast, I want to share a little bit of a story, because this message came up twice and I feel like it's my responsibility to pass it along. So if you're watching this, I do believe that you are meant to hear this message. And the message in a nutshell is, don't disregard how impactful you are in somebody else's life. Don't disregard what meaning you have in other people's lives. That is a superpower. It's a superpower that we all possess, that we can, influence, inspire, encourage, bring joy, bring lightness to our fellow human beings with kindness, with love, with a conversation, with an offering, with just saying hello or giving a smile to, someone passing on the street. Don't underestimate how important and how meaningful those connections, as small as they may seem, can be. Don't underestimate your power to influence and help other people through your, just making a connection, through kindness, through a smile, through, those little moments of connection that we have during the day. Don't take for granted the impact that you're having on other people's lives. So the story that goes along with this is, if you've been following me for a while, you know that my sister passed away in 2017. and we were very close. So I was very much struggling with my journey, with grief, and I still do. But I wanted to bring some joy into my life, and so I decided to take up tap lessons, tap dancing. And it was really fun. I really loved it. And there was this lady in the class. She was a little bit older than me, must have been in her late 50s. And we really connected. I really, we were just fun. We would kind of laugh at ourselves. We would chit chat. We kind of had a little bit of an instant bond, if you will. Well, I stopped going to tap after the pandemic, and then I had a baby, and I haven't been back since. But a few weeks ago, the teacher reached out to me to let me know that my friend from TAP, she goes, I know you two were close, and I just wanted to let you know she has passed away. And I was really shocked. I was really shocked to hear that because, while I haven't been back, I haven't seen her in 3 years, she was a very vibrant, bright, woman. And it really got me because, she meant a lot to me in that time in my life. Those conversations, as fleeting as they were, as small and maybe insignificant as they were on the outside, really brought me a lot of joy in a time in my life where I really could use some of that joy. And so I reached out. I had her number, so I reached out. I obviously, knowing she wasn't going to see it, her husband ended up replying, and he said, a very nice message to me. And he said to me, she was always so concerned with, other people, and she was so loving and so kind. And he said, I don't quite know that she realized how much she was loved. And then he went on to say that I'm sure she does now, looking down from heaven. And that really got me, because we all take for granted how much of an impact we can have on other people's lives. She never knew about my sister. I never told her. I never really mentioned, how meaningful our conversations were. I mean, it just, it didn't feel like the right place to bring it up. She knows now, I'm sure. And it just really, and that message actually came up twice for me throughout the week. So I felt like the message was for me, but I also feel it's for you listening, that don't take for granted those moments, because you don't know how you're impacting somebody. And her kindness and her loveliness and her joy meant a lot to me. And and I think we take it for granted, those moments. So I think I'm kind of repeating myself there. I think you get the message. I just really want you to feel it. I really want you to it's easy for me to say it, and you do have an impact, you are so meaningful, but I really want you to soak in those words. I really want you to feel that and know it to be true. You never know how you are impacting somebody's life. And I also think it's a good reminder that if there is somebody out there that has impacted your life in a positive way, tell them. Take a moment to give gratitude to the people around you that you love and you care about. Let them know, because you don't want them to leave this planet not knowing how much they are loved. So that is your message for the week. Like I said, that was the key story, but lots of things kind of happened around that story that really, made me feel drawn. I feel like my guides, the universe, really wanted me to share that story. So there it is. That's your forecast for the week ahead. We have this, incredible, strong, transformative eclipse energy. The veil is thin. There's wobbly energy in the air. So just find your center. We're in Libra season. Libra is the scales. So what can you do to get into balance, to bring yourself back to a state of balance, and to really think about, there's a lot of tragedy going on in the world all the time, but, definitely right now there is heightened things going on all around the world. How can you stay in your center and practice your superpower of making meaningful connection with other people? And don't do it to try and be kind or to try and create a reaction. Just do it from the authentic place in your heart, because that is what really matters. That's where the beauty comes from. So just be your authentic self. Go out there and don't underestimate the impact that you're having on other people's lives. All right, I hope you found that helpful. You can find more, plus a Libra solar eclipse ritual is up at foreverconscious.com. You can still do that all through the week. Stay tuned for your Taurus lunar eclipse forecast. That should be up soon as well. And if you would like to stay ahead of all of the eclipses, full moons, new moons, I have a moon calendar. It is available now at etsy.com. The link is in the description box below. You all have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week. Thank you.